Jack, not again. Not again. Every time I start recording, you drop one. Every time. Naughty boy. Jack, get in your jail. Get in your... Good boy. Now stay. Okay, so, down here we've got the time. Jack! Right guys, welcome to the video. So Jack, stop jumping around like a little penguin. We was on time this morning.
Yeah! I got up early. I tried really hard to get early. I got here before you.
Yeah, you actually did. I went to see if breakfast was open now.
Yeah, we got breakfast.
We've kind of opened this video just arguing about breakfast. But, hello guys, welcome to the video. So today we're working on a few other bits. Ryan is coming in right now. He's going to have a top mount done on his VXR. We may also give you a show of Jack's balls. Since somebody, no, that is not of it, but we may give you a show on that since somebody requested it. So we're going to crack on with this top mount. We've got a few other bits planned as well today. Just feeling for any bits on the brakes. I'm looking at the brakes. When anybody ever comes down, we always like to make sure that we check other bits of the car, even though we've not been asked to, just for peace of mind for people as well. And obviously that tells them if something needs to be replaced later on, so it's always handy, I think, personally. Look at me, look. With my little gloves. So we've took... Stop it. So we've took the drop link off, and we've got a bit of an issue, as you can see here. There's nothing in there stopping it from moving, no lubrication. Don't. So we've got a new drop link that's going to go on as well. But the reason we are changing this top mount is because there's a noise. So this is the last thing that is left to be done. He's changed his bottom arm and a load of other bits as well. So. I like using these, do you?
No. Broken.
Yeah, so top mount's that. This is a new one. That's the old one. So this would have been part of the issue that's causing the noise. Yeah, completely different. So let's get it back on, Jackie boy. Jackie boy. Jackie boy. Why are you crawling around? Jack, you got a hole in the jeans.
I fell over.
Jack, you got a hole in the jeans. Jack, you got another hole in the jeans. Jack. Jack, what are you doing? So that's all finished. Wheels back on. Jack's just checking over an oil leak. So VXR gone. We're going to get this Golf in now. Alright, so Golf's up. It's got a scraping noise. And a few other bits underneath we're just going to check. So we're jacking it up now, just so we can have a closer look. But you can see just here there's two trays down either side. Well, I'm feeling that's the guilty culprit, but we're going to find out anyway. So underneath here, these are the bits we're talking about. You can see where they just hang down a little bit, but this is basically what's rubbing. You can see here where it's like wearing down. Also, we've also found the dampers on the back leaking a little bit as well. So Golf's gone now. We've tie wrapped it up as much as we can, and now we've got this Peugeot in 206. We are going to be fitting a timing belt and a water pump. So typical British weather, but this is going to be fun. So as you can see, a few days ago it was nice and sunny, well then now it's just everything's just wet. But the VXRs look so good though. We've got the Peugeot here now. This floor is really, really squeaky. So if you hear noises, that's why. But was that necessary? Jack's doing the robot. But with every car that comes in, we always like to check them over. So Pry bar on your foot. But yeah, with every car that comes in, we always like to check them over properly. So we've gone over a few bits on this car, and you can see down here, if I can show you, let me see if I could zoom in. So the timing belt's been changed on this, but you can see the cracks on the auxiliary belt there. So it could do with the new one. Jack, stop doing zoom in my ear. All I can hear is zoom. Alright, so coolant's been changed now. We've drained all that. What we're going to do is we're going to take off the wheel, which has already been cracked off, and we're going to gun it off, and then we'll see what's what. Right, so ECU's got to come out so we can get to the bolts underneath for the engine mount, which sits right here. Hi. So the next step now is to drop the engine a little bit. Engine mount is pretty much off, and then what we're going to do is take off the crank pulley and then take off the cover to the timing belt as well. So it's not a quick process. It's one that involves a lot of awkward bolts, as you just saw. So, but we're getting there, Jack. Yay! Really, Jack? Really? So, Jack, not again. Not again. Every time I start recording, you drop one. Every time. Naughty boy. Jack, get in your jail. Get in your... Good boy. Now stay. Okay, so, down here we've got the time... Jack! Alright, so down here we've got the timing belt. Taking all that stuff off has allowed us to get access to this now, so this is going to be fun. Also, I'd just like to point out, Jack's teaching you all. Jack, please point to the timing belt. Thank you very much. You've seen the engine drop. This is supported by a piece of wood and the jack. The piece of wood is there so it supplies... Here we go. So the piece of wood is there so it balances all the weight out of the engine as well. But that...
Our safety glasses are magnetic. What the screw is?
So what we've done here is timed the engine up, lined all the markings up. I put a 5mm socket in there because there's a slot it'll go into, and then the cam that'll lock the cam, and then Tippexed a couple of marks on the cam and the crank pulley, just so we know they're in line when we're putting the new belt back on.
Now, why is that important, Jack?
If you go wrong, your valves will hit the pistons and it'll go bang.
So this is very, very important, guys, to get this right. If you don't get this right and you don't know what you're doing, don't do it. So we're just going to walk away from this now and leave it. Chat, what do we do with timing belts?
Never.
We don't. Same thing we do with turbos. We ain't doing that again. Not again. So, water pump sat right here. There's just two bolts we've got to take off. This is what happens when people silicon water pumps in. Do not silicon your water pumps in. Don't do it.
Unless they are from factory.
Yes. But if they're not, then don't do it. So this here is why it's hard to get off. Look at all the silicone. You shouldn't have to put silicone on it if it's not from factory. This is how it should be looking. This is what's supposed to stop your water. Not this. Not that. Bad move. This is what you have to do when somebody silicons it on. You've got to sand it all down now because it's got to seal properly. So you've got to make sure there's no silicone left to actually get a proper seal. So it just makes jobs 20 times harder. With that little issue now being sorted, the step now is to put the whole thing back together. So it's just basically reversing the process we've already done. So we're going to speed time up and show you it all back on.
Give it back.
Wheel archer's going in, coolant's gone in. We've just got to let that run a little bit as well and just make sure everything's all fine. Make sure there's no air in the system as well. But wheel's going to go on, then we've got to test drive it and just make sure everything's perfectly fine. After that, we're good to go. Jack, it looks like I'm holding your head. Right, so you can hear it running in the background now. We took it for a road trek. Road trek. So that's basically it for this video. All done, all good, all gravy in the Navy. What are you laughing at? Yeah. So yeah, that's basically it for this video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that sort of stuff, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Cue or quid moment.